Now you know nobody be counting the whole time.
That's exactly what I thought. With all that centrifugal force, you know where
you know what I'm talking about? Sitting out there calmly.
1, 2,
4, 3. You be like. Martin wants to strangle me so bad right now. Martin wish he could wrap a shirt from DT.com around my neck and just choke me right now.
Like most of the audience.
Yeah, yeah. He wants to choke me with a tank top, our classic shirt, the black tee with the white logo. Oh, we got polo shirts in there now for the summer.
Nice. And
you're going to come back. Look how much fun we have. You want to be a part of that. You know that. You want some visuals with it too. So please come on here and subscribe. And you know something? You can subscribe many ways. But you can also use your Amazon account. Put it there with our Amazon Pay button. Put that username, that password in there. Oh, what is that? Oh, Dominique said, that toasty goodness. Oh, how's that? Look at it. She got, oh, yeah, I got them tingles, girl. Oh, my, all over. She like my body. Now, let's get into our first movie right here. And we're going to start out with The Rock, Martin. The Rock.
Straight ahead with The Rock. Huh?
Straight ahead with The Rock. Let's hit these people with The Rock, Martin. Now, the thing is, I want to start out with this because when people, we're talking about Skyscraper. And when people first saw the trailer for Skyscraper and they saw The Rock do this. They said, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
I'm just here to let you know that it's even more stupid on the big screen than what you see on this little screen right here.
They cheat, though.
How do they cheat?
Well, because, whoever cut this trailer did this on purpose to make you go like, there's no way. And then when it's in the theater, the angle is different where you go like, all right, it doesn't seem quite so impossible.
I said, no, the angle of me made it look more dumb. I was like, ain't no goddamn way. And even look more
the
like...
crane's closer. In the actual movie,
Martin,
the crane is closer.
We ain't gonna get in debate. There's some dumb shit, all right? That's one thing we can agree on. There's some dumb shit right here. And you know, the thing is...
Why are you making me argue in favor of this?
Then don't. You know this shit is dumb. Why you trying to...
I don't know.
You do this all the time. Martin, you shouldn't have been defending me half these years. I walk in the room and just piss off everybody like, forgive my friend, he's a good person. He's stupid, but he's good. Really, if you look at him up close.
We'll get into it, but...
Yeah, this is dumb. All right? And Martin, I know you're mad at me right now for talking about this right off the bat, but Martin, give me a chance right here because, you know, dumb right here could be good. We don't know. We could be having some good, stupid fun with this. We didn't get the review yet. Let us go ahead and get into the trailer.
Yes. Let me ask you guys a question. Daddy loves who?
Me.
Daddy loves who?
Me.
Exactly. Daddy's gonna go make that.
Said, Daddy hate both y'all.
Who does Daddy love most? All right, fight it out.
Fuck my family. Okay, so you're looking at the trailer right here now. For a lot of you old school movie files out there, you're already looking at this. And you're looking at it and you say, man, this looks familiar. And of course, we all know what this movie reminds people of. I mean, especially if you go back way in the day, go back to 1974. You're already saying, man, this ain't nothing but the Tower Inferno.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's a Tower Inferno.
Yeah.
And that's back in the day where, you know, it's back in the 70s where when you used to be some big shit, you know, big actor, big actress.
Right.
And
they pot all of you in there for a big disaster movie.
Yeah, and your career was kind of running down. They throw your ass in the building to set it on fire.
Yeah, it was before they had Fantasy Island and the Love Boat.
Yeah, 1974 Tower Inferno. It's definitely shades of that in there. The building is burning. Got to get some people out of there before everybody dies. You know, it takes a few heroes to do that. Of course, this is more Die Hard, though. People even saying it's a combination of Tower Inferno and Die Hard.
Yeah.
And it's more so Die Hard, especially when you consider that you have the whole angle of the terrorists taking over the building, and there's one lone tough guy.
A family man.
And a family man that Martin, they didn't count on.
Right.
Who's that motherfucker?
So you take the Towering Inferno and you mix it with Die Hard and you set it in Hong Kong just to give everybody some xenophobia and that feeling of like, well, it's a different country. Who knows what rules they got?
Oh yeah.
And you combine those three things and then you just make it as dumb as you possibly can.
Oh yeah.
Then you get this.
Well, no, Martin, it's like if you pretty much just stole Die Hard, sucked the soul out of it, and just threw the dead body back up on the screen. This movie here, it's nothing but labels, really. It doesn't have any characters. All the characters in this are nothing but titles, nothing but types. Like I said, imagine taking every character from Die Hard and reducing them down to their most basic function. It's almost like everybody in this movie is in a rush. They're like, we ain't got time for personality. Gotta get this thing going. Shit, let's move. And take, for example, the cops here. You remember Die Hard, how, Bruce Willis, when he was running through the building and hiding from everybody, there was one cop out there that he talked to. There was one lone guy out there that he could actually relate to. And they had that witty banter going on. This movie says, we ain't got time for that. These cops just do one thing, Martin. They have one job, and that's to look mad and look up at that building there,
right.
And occasionally say, where's he going? That is all they do. The family in this movie, the family's just there to be rescued. That's it. They're just there to sit down and wait and look scared until Daddy Rock come and get them. The villain. Oh man, we got some. Tell me he like that good Euro trash like Alan Rickman, man. Alan Rickman come in talking all that smooth shit. No, the villain, I ain't got time for that shit. I got one job. I got to come in here, kill people, and blow some shit up, and occasionally say something evil. That's it. Ain't got time for personality. We got to get this movie going. Explosions and fire are the stars here.
That's true. The explosions should get top billing.
No,
because they get more screen time than anybody.
They really do, man. They really do. It's funny because the villains. All these people ain't got no personality really. Especially your man here, this Russian rat they got as a villain right there.
Scandinavian.
Is he Scandinavian? Yeah. They give him one.
Because I got thinking he was South African, but they said he was Scandinavian.
Okay. Yeah, and it don't matter.
It really doesn't. What made me laugh though was like your surprise villains. They cast guys who do nothing but play villains.
Oh,
so the minute they show up on screen, you go, yeah, I think he's in on it.
I knew it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna betray him.
Yeah, you can look. They got dudes who they're so villainous they can't even sit down and be good, play the role of a good guy.
Right.
Like that dude that was talking shit to The Rock. He ain't even in his villainous part yet, and he started like, he's nothing but an asshole security guard.
Right. They're either talking with sneering while they talk, or every scene after they deliver a dialogue with a smile, they're looking around with shifty eyes.
Yeah.
Always with the shifty eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, come on.
That's one dude who didn't even say any words. He's just like,
kept waiting for The Rock to come around and go like, I just saw you do that. I saw your eyes shift just then.
Motherfuckers twirling mustaches ain't even there.
I see you. What? No.
And if you don't believe me with the they got one dude, one henchman. I will give it to one henchman. He tries to have a little bit of personality. Got more personality than his boss. He's got more personality than his boss, but he's completely worthless.
That's right. Listen to your mummy.
Pulled out that knife for nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, having Noah Taylor as a villain, it's like when you have Steve Buscemi as a villain. You're like, yeah, man, I'm just not scared of you.
Yeah, fucking worthless, and even screaming like a British bitch. Fucking worthless. I know. Now, see, you probably saying, but The Rock. Now, The Rock got that charm. The Rock got that charisma.
I still say he does.
I say he does not that much. Look, The Rock gonna shine a little bit through some bullshit, a little bit. But in this movie, he's really reduced to a video game character. He runs, he jumps, and he fights. He punches. That's it.
All right, this is where I take exception to what
you can take all the exceptions you want. Here, have some more. But I can't.
I just announced I'm going to, because because the thing about this movie is, as dumb as it is, it starts out earnestly. I mean, it's going through it all where it's taking it seriously, and I was like, you know what? It's not like it's low quality. I mean, the premise is pretty absurd, and it gets more absurd every minute that clicks down. And The Rock in the beginning, he's very sympathetic. When he starts out, he's not a Superman. He gets his, when he's fighting, he's not just beating the other guy. He's taking his lumps, and you feel for him.
Well, you know what? I will give you that. I even took notes right here. The Rock, in most movies, Dwayne Johnson, he just beating people with ease.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's just beating people with a look. Just going in, choking people out. That's a big arm right there.
Right, right.
I'm unbeatable. Can't nobody stop The Rock. But in this movie, he gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
Several times. He gets a beat down. It's funny. I guess all his power was in that right leg. Because once they took that leg away, he was getting his ass whooped.
No.
I'm going to throw your daughter off the roof.
Why you say that?
Oh shit! This is the part where you made The Rock mad. You gonna get it? He like, you gonna get it now? No, you know what happens right after that? He gets another ass whooping.
Yeah, no,
they beat his ass right back down.
He is the proverbial one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Yeah, yeah, just hopping around that one leg, getting the shit kicked out of him.
He does good for a guy with one leg, but he does only have one leg.
Yeah, that's in the beginning. Because later on, you're right, it does start out with him being sympathetic, but once the action starts, and look, I'm not even saying it's a bad thing, but once it starts, he is pretty much just a video game character, right down to where you even saw in the trailer where he's timing out his jumps like he's Super Mario or something. Look, his ass on fire right now. When there's hardly anything for me to root for as people in this movie, or characters, that's where I just start to feel like, okay, I'm rooting not for them, and that's what a lot of people don't think. I'm rooting for these people in their situations. I'm not rooting for them as characters. I don't care about them as characters. Shit, there was a news story 2 weeks ago where a raccoon was doing the same thing that The Rock was doing, and I felt more for that raccoon.
Come on, man. The little raccoon scaled to internet stardom in the time it takes to climb a 25-story building.
This is Skyscraper with a rat, man. I felt just as much as I did, or more for that raccoon than I did for any of these characters in this movie. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, because the action speaks for itself. But as far as characters go, I was like, well, I'm not really feeling anything for these people here because I don't see them as people.
I felt like the first 15 minutes, it built up a cachet for me to have some attachment to them. And from what we've been seeing from the trailers, I was like, all right, let's get this stupid fest going. And I was surprised. I was like, this it's preposterous, but at the same time, it's not dumb like I thought it was going to be.
It's as bad as dumb as I thought it was going to be.
Hold on, wait for it. Up until about the time when he scales up that crane, because he scales that crane in about 10, 15 minutes.
Thank you, Martin.
That is an all-day task.
Boy, you took my trump card. I was like, when am I going to have to pull this shit out?
No.
He climbed 96 stories.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now I know he's The Rock, but goddamn.
And the thing is, I thought, just putting myself in his situation, because that's what you're supposed to do, and knowing that his family was in a building where you watch one of the floors explode with fire and it shot out, I'd be like, oh my God, my family just died.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Not, well, I got to get up there. I'm like, no. like, dude, you were this to all that up there. Yeah. There is no, I'm a Superman, I'm going to take care of this. This shit is over. Yeah, you got to start making funeral arrangements at that point.
And if they ain't dead, they gone being. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, nothing I can do about it. It's fire.
I'll be looking for my next wife in the crowd right now.
It is one of those movies where human beings act like they aren't mammals who are just inherently afraid of fire. But what's funny to me is how, once you get to the crane, everything that's logical starts ticking away one by one. Anything you were holding on to before, they just start pulling pieces off the board and replacing it with retarded pieces. And,
oh yeah.
And I know people hate that word, but you got to see this movie just to see just how far it's willing to go. I dare you to not use that word when you watch this.
Yeah,
it's fun at times. Sometimes it is that stupid fun, and I have to give it credit in that there's times when he's holding on to a ledge and almost drops. And I was surprised by how much I was like, oh damn, I am kind of into this. It is effective.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, the movie, because what they've done is they have taken Die Hard, stripped it out of everything that had human charm in it, and ended up just making the Die Hard amusement park ride.
Yeah,
you know, it's except
it's
you know,
amusement park ride
where that
and
ride would go
game.
on for about 5 minutes. This goes on for about almost 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes. And like I said, sometimes that can be fun if you take it that way. Like I'm not sitting up here being a stick in the mud. I know people can have fun if you know what you're getting into, because the movie does it plays with a sense of height. It does get you with people, you know, where they're on structures that are wobbling and kind of about to crack, and you are in suspense. And some of these things, they do present it exactly like it is a thrill ride, and that's kind of what it is in a way. I mean, that's the only thing that's why I'm really criticizing it for. It's where it's a ride in the sense that we only have just the thread of a story to just take us from the next thrill to the next one, and those things often do play out like an amusement park ride.
We're gonna brace ourselves, all right?
Shit, they're fucked. You're like, I didn't know it was gonna go that fast.
Come with me, baby. 5, 4, 3.
Now you know nobody be counting the whole time.
That's exactly what I thought. With all that centrifugal force, in a way
you know what I'm talking about. Sitting out there calmly.
1, 2,
4, 3. You be like. You'll be on the ground and be like, Mama, we here.
Yeah, man. The force will not allow you to just consciously go ahead and pull that lever.
Oh no! Oh hell no!
I mean, by this standard, they could have waited till they got to the bottom and then just stepped out of it and let it crash.
Hell
like,
yeah!
Woo, that was close.
I tell you who the biggest personality is in the movie. It's that building.
The building.
That building. And if you, like I said, if you go in there for that, that is fine. There's so many obstacles in this building. It's almost like an action spook ride in a way.
Sure. I just love how it has all these bells and whistles and gadgets that make it almost like the holodeck on the Star Trek Enterprise, Starship Enterprise. Because even that whole mirrored room, that whole Enter the Dragon thing they got going that they start out with, and you're like, huh. You sure it spends a lot of time showcasing this. I wonder if it's going to come up later.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they crowbar it in later where, you know, like, wow, you did all that just for this. I couldn't help but laugh.
No, they got things in there that serve no purpose at all. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I tell you who the real person that you do root for in this movie. There is one person. It's that leg. That leg, that leg put in some work.
It did. It really saved the day, actually.
That leg is, that leg is another character. That leg saved The Rock about 5 times in this movie, man. That leg right there, I care more about that leg than any of those kids or that wife, man. That movie, they might as well call this movie The Rock and the Leg. Shit, put them in a movie together where they are solving crimes and fighting supervillains. Hell, put that leg in the next Fast and Furious movie. Let it drive a car. That leg, that leg has. There were moments where that leg props shit open.
Oh yeah,
keeps traps from closing.
Yeah, keeps him from falling off the building.
He's falling off a building. That leg's like, grab my foot.
Right,
I got you. When I look at this, I'm torn. I really am. I'm torn between looking at this as an action movie that is effective in certain parts, and looking at it as a movie that, you know, for as dumb as this is, and as much as I want to excuse this for being dumb, it's just, it takes itself way too seriously. Like, this is a movie where I feel like, all right, I don't mind dumb fun. I don't mind being stupid, but, you know, put some work into stupid. You know what I'm saying? This script is so lazy.
It is lazy, especially the dialogue. I mean, it starts out like somebody cared, and then the longer it goes on, the more you just listen to the dialogue, especially toward the end.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that's just, it's cringeworthy how awkward it is.
Yeah, I love the way they play with structures in here. This is a movie of set pieces. It knows that this movie is, and that's what it plays on. That's fine. And it moves at a good pace. I mean, once it starts, it does not slow down. It does not slow down one bit. But the writing is so lazy that, you know, they're taking themselves so seriously. It's almost like they're too lazy to put in like a clever joke. They're too lazy to have these people actually be human with each other. And the writing is so lazy right here that, as Martin was mentioning earlier, I'm not kidding. It's just way too predictable. Now we know what's going. We know where this is going to go, where it's going to end up. As I said, if you take Die Hard and just strip it down of a lot of things, you still have this movie can see where it's going to end up. It ends up in the same spot practically. But the thing that happens in this film is that it's okay to be predictable, but when you write whole scenes out and they play out exactly as you wrote them out in your head, they had a guy get on screen, and this is early in the movie. I said, okay, I know your villainous twist. I know the speech you're going to give. I know how you're going to die. I even know the last speech that's going to be given. That shit worked out to a T.
Yeah.
I never brag about knowing things and predicting things.
Right.
Usually I'm the dumb one. I can't see twists coming. If my dumb ass can write out a whole scene and it plays out that way, that's lazy. The dude that runs the building, let me see if I can find this guy. The Asian guy. No, I don't know his. I forgot his name. I just know this guy, and like
you know him as Lau.
I know him as the Asian guy from Batman.
Right.
Now you want to talk about somebody who's just a piece of wood? This dude right here, his building is getting attacked. Through this whole movie, he's like, "Oh, building's on fire. We must go." I'm like what? You don't give a shit about yourself at all. No, I value life. Let's run. You know, I just want to. I want to yell cut in the middle of the movie.
Right.
Cut with feeling. God damn it.
And man, they use a tired plot device that I thought we had retired, and I thought it was happily retired. Now, back in the 60s, it was always people were after the microfilm or the microdot, so the Russians don't get it. But in the 90s, we start having like, oh, well, it's on a disk drive. Everybody's running after that.
Everybody trying to get that thumb drive from CBS.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, it's all about this thumb drive. It's like, just put it in the cloud. Put it in your Google Drive. Why are you walking around with hard media? This makes no sense.
At all, man.
All this
shit. We got
for this one thing that he could have transferred and emailed everybody.
Yeah, we got VPNs now. Right. You running around with a goddamn Hello Kitty thumb drive.
And in all this fire, you think it's not gonna, the integrity of the data is still gonna be there?
Yeah.
Sure, man. Okay.
You dumb fuck. And I'm gonna tell you something. This plan that they have, it's the dumbest plan.
Oh my God. It's the dumbest, most expensive, most convoluted plan. Like every time I look at one of these movies, I'm always like, was there an easier way to do this? Yes.
It's a plan where I want to get this certain thing so that I don't have attention brought to myself. So I'm gonna set a whole fucking skyscraper on fire and call attention to myself.
The most famous skyscraper in Hong Kong. I'm gonna set it on fire. I for the first third or half of it, I appreciated how serious they played it. But after a while, I'm like, all right, but y'all do know this is stupid, right?
Yeah.
Do you not know? Because don't act like I don't know, because I know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you looking at me right in my face and saying, you know what, you stupid. Don't tell nobody. Sorry. It gets to a point you can just kind of be insulting with your stupidity when you taking it too serious. When you taking it too seriously.
Yeah, and I really was trying to go with it, but there just comes a point. Certainly by the third act, I'm like, okay, if y'all don't give a shit, I don't give a shit.
Man, I thought you and I gonna get into it.
No.
The way you jumping on me, man. This shit is a smart action movie.
No. I want to acknowledge that it started out okay, or at least better than I expected.
Yeah,
and it was fun in parts. It's entertaining. You can watch it and you can see the crowd it's going for.
No, and see, as much as I'm talking about how dumb this is, listen, that's me. I don't mind dumb fun, but like I said, if I can just write the movie when I'm like 15 minutes into it, I'm kind of turned off. But I will say that for a midsummer blockbuster, this is what usually midsummer blockbusters do.
Sure.
Look, they're dumb, they're not that good, but do they entertain on a basic level? And this does. I don't think anybody's going to go see this and feel like they wasted their time if you are going in and knowing that, yes, this is about as dumb as it gets. You know, I felt like myself, I had something more to do. While I was watching this, I was like, all right, I could be watching Die Hard right now. I don't know. I'm trying to put it a nice way, but I'm not trying to look like a snob. But if you see it, fine. I'm giving this a rental. A lot of people probably see this. I would look. Full price is probably a lot. I would not go above a matinee. For myself, though, it is a rental.
Rental, huh?
Yes, sir.
Dang. Yeah, it's a rental. And despite the things it does well, there's no excusing what happens toward the end of this movie.
No.
I honestly laughed out loud just in that. I don't believe I'm watching this. I don't believe y'all are doing. You really got the balls to just put this out there and not come back and go, guys, we got to fix this. It's that kind of movie that you might watch on your big screen TV that you rented and have fun with it. For me personally, I'd be watching it at first, and after a while, I start to laugh, and then I would say I'd get not so much bored, but I'd just be like, all right, there's a point where you check out, where you go like, okay, clearly they aren't going to do anything smart with this. I can pretty much figure out where the twists are going to go. They do have that one cool chick who is everything Ruby Rose is. They keep wanting to do with her.
You know, I will say one thing about that. That's where they ripped off Die Hard so much.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You have to draw a comparison. Like the villain comes in with his crew, complete with the geek, the tech geek.
Yep.
The computer guy.
Yep.
The thugs.
Yeah.
And then that one silent badass.
Uh-huh.
The one that just kills people without saying hardly anything. We've seen this not only in Die Hard but in several movies.
Yeah, and the thing is, the movie like this, the Die Hard model is the idea that, hey, this could be you. Just if things went wrong, you, a regular guy, could be in this situation. This ain't happening to nobody.
Oh, hell no. I tell you right now, my family's trapped in a situation like this, they gone.
No.
Ain't jumping on no verticals and shit to do something. I know I'm gonna die.
Right. And it's just so weird. So recently after seeing Rampage, the movies just kept kind of blending together for me. Because I was like, you know what? You might as well bring George the gorilla into this, because it wouldn't make it any less realistic.
Oh, no. Not at all. In fact, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Shit, throw a flying wolf up in there. You want to come on up? And yeah, you guys come on up too. Yeah, come on, both of them. Let Sammy have this over here. They saw the movie with us. Get a second opinion. We gave it a rental, Martin. Let's see what these guys think.
Might like it better.
They might like it
They're
better.
younger.
The youth.
I can't wait to see this on TBS on a loop, like just during the summer for the rest of my life. This movie is fucking awesome in all the dumbest. And I want to mirror Martin on this because we talked about it afterwards, where we both walked out like, that was fun. And pardon our language, shit is retarded, man. It really is. There's no other way to describe it. But here's the thing about it. It's everything, it's all paint by numbers. It only comes into play for fun and for gags. Like other times, he's fine. He's just the regular Rock. But then they go, let's add this bonus feature of a peg leg. And so it's like, okay, half the time it doesn't matter. Half the time he's still bulletproof. He'll get a shard in his arm, like duct tape shit. He's duct taping his body all the time. And then his leg, he even duct tapes his leg at one point. And I'm like, that doesn't matter, and I'm wondering where the amputee people are, like the representation people are at, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's just CG'd in. For me personally, I'm like, this can't get any fucking better. Like The Rock, I wish I could spoil it, but there's a part where The Rock pulls out ancient weaponry out of nowhere,
out of his ass,
out of nowhere, and then the movie,
big ass,
and then the movie just continues like it didn't happen. go to the matinee, go catch this movie. You're gonna come out like that shit was everything I knew it was gonna be. Maybe even a little bit better than expectations, and you're gone, and you're done. You killed a couple hours, and you're happy.
Okay, I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that at all.
I mean, everything. I don't feel the same way about it, but yeah, you made good points. Hey, he did remind me of something I learned in this movie that I think is important. Is that Chinese duct tape is the strongest duct tape in the world.
Oh yeah.
There's one part they should be ashamed of, and it's at the last minute of the movie where it is a shot-by-shot scene from Die Hard where I said, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, no, they're not. You got what you wanted.
There's no shame in their game.
Yeah, right. None at all.
If they heard you say that, it'd be like, oh, right on, you got that.
Right.
All right, guys.
I just think they're not trying to be Die Hard. They're trying to just be Skyscraper.
Man,
okay,
I disagree.
They're trying to be Skyscraper.
Skyscraper 2, Skyscraper.
Exactly.
Corey, talk to him.
I've seen Die Hard. I've watched it several times.
You
have not seen Die Hard if that's what you said.
It's not during Christmas.
Sammy, this is my part where I agree with them.
Brother, how can you look at this and say this is not...
Oh, my God.
Let's see.
It's in
Two
China.
movies about skyscrapers where terrorists attack and one lone guy has to save the day. Not like Die Hard at all.
Tom Clancy didn't have a peg leg.
Get the hell out of my goddamn studio.
There's a difference. You root more
I can't believe he said this.
Either.
Tom Clancy didn't have mixed kids.
Like everything was going well.
No, but this is his own thing, man. He
own
trying to be
thing.
like Die Hard. I don't see it.
Well, at least the villain was American.